Today, August 10th, the moment your eyes fall upon these words, the very air around you shifts, because God has commanded this message to find you, and Archangel Michael is standing closer than you have ever felt before. He is not whispering this time, his voice is urgent, sharp, and unwavering. He says, "I order you to open this right now." You can almost feel the firmness in his tone, the authority in every syllable, the vibration that makes the hair on your arms rise. There is no delay permitted. He warns, you are going to hear some shocking news, all because of your last, and then his voice pauses, as if the weight of what comes next is too heavy to speak all at once. You sense this is not just another passing moment in your life. This is the kind of day heaven has marked on its calendar, the kind of day where something is written into your destiny with permanent ink. The room you are in right now seems to know. The light feels different. Your heart rate is already changing, beating just a little faster as if your body is responding to something unseen. Michael looks at you, and in his eyes is both love and deep concern. He says, "This is not a message you can read later, this is not something you can get to when you have time. If you do not take this in now, you will lose something you will never get back." He lifts his hand and points behind you, and though you can't see anything, you can feel there is a movement in the unseen realm, doors being unlocked, letters being sealed, and something in your life about to change direction in a way you cannot imagine. God speaks next, and when he does, his voice is not like any human sound. It is everywhere at once, in your ears, in your chest, in the air, in the ground beneath you. My child, you have been faithful in ways you did not realize. You have prayed even when you thought your prayers were too small to matter. You have forgiven when no one saw the cost. You have chosen to believe me when it would have been easier to give up. And because of that last act you made, the last choice, the last word, the last moment of obedience, you have shifted the balance of your own destiny. You realize now that the last Michael spoke of is connected to something you did recently, something you didn't know would carry this much weight. God says, "This is why the news coming to you today will shake you, but it will not break you. This is why your enemies will be silenced, and why you will walk through a door no human hand can close." Michael leans closer, his presence almost too strong to bear. He says, "The shocking news you are about to hear will not be random. It has been building for months, perhaps even years, and it is tied to the people you thought you could trust the most." You feel his words sinking in, and it's as though every part of your soul is paying attention. But here is what you must remember, he continues, God will be with you. Rest assured, nothing will go wrong with you. You are safe. You just have to trust God and pray to him. As he says this, you remember the times you almost gave up. Nights when you looked at the ceiling and whispered, "God, I can't do this anymore." Days when you walked through situations feeling invisible, unappreciated, overlooked. But now you see that heaven never stopped watching. Every tear you cried was collected. Every sacrifice you made was noted. And now, on this day, the balance is tipping in your favor. Michael tells you there is something moving toward you right now, not in the physical sense of footsteps on a road, but in the spiritual sense of destiny moving into alignment. It is something that has been hidden, waiting for the right moment to be revealed. There is a person, Michael says, who has been holding on to something that belongs to you. They thought you would never find out. They thought they could keep it forever. But God has decided that time is over. He looks to the heavens as if listening, and then nods slowly, repeating, "It is over." God's voice returns, gentler now, but no less powerful. My child, I need you to understand that the enemy has tried to make you doubt yourself for too long. He has tried to make you think you are unworthy of blessings, unworthy of breakthrough, unworthy of the fullness of my promises. But today, the lie is broken. Today, the chains fall. Today, you will see what happens when I fight for you. You feel something within you stir, a mixture of relief, gratitude, and anticipation. Michael paces slightly, as if he is guarding the space you are in. The news will come suddenly, he warns. It may be through a phone call, a message, a face-to-face conversation, but it will come. And when it does, you must not panic. You must not let fear speak louder than your faith. God has already gone before you. The outcome is already secured. But your reaction will determine how fast the blessing unfolds. The air around you feels charged, like the moments before a thunderstorm when everything is still but full of energy. Michael's wings seem to glimmer, not with mere light, but with truth itself. I must tell you something that I have kept until now, he says. There were forces, people and spirits, who wanted to stop you from ever reaching this day. They planted obstacles in your path. They tried to make you miss your timing. They even tried to convince you that you should walk away from what God had promised you. But you didn't. And because you didn't, they have lost their hold. God's voice interrupts again, stronger than before. Do not let your heart be troubled. Do not let fear dictate your steps. I have chosen you for this. You will see my hand in ways you have never seen before. You will hear me in the smallest details and the largest victories. And when others ask how it happened, you will tell them, God did it. You realize something now. The shocking news Michael spoke of is not just about something that is happening to you, it's about something that is being revealed. Something hidden is about to come into the light. And not just for your eyes, but for the eyes of those who doubted you, betrayed you, or underestimated you. It will be undeniable, and it will be public. This is not a secret victory, this is a victory that will be seen. Michael points to your hands and says, you will hold something new soon. It may be a document, a key, a letter, a check, but it will be physical proof of what God has done. And when you hold it, you will remember this very moment and know that heaven kept its word. As the weight of these words settles, God's presence grows even stronger. The enemy tried to make you afraid of the future, he says. But I am giving you a future worth running toward. I am placing people in your path who will help you, not harm you. I am opening doors you didn't even know existed. And I am restoring the years that were stolen. You feel a deep, unshakable peace, even in the middle of the urgency, because you now know that the one who controls time itself is controlling your story. Michael takes one step closer and says quietly, the last thing you did, the last prayer you prayed, the last choice you made, has started a chain reaction in heaven. And nothing can stop it now. Prepare yourself. The news is coming. Today is not an ordinary day, my beloved, for the heavens themselves have leaned in closer to the earth, and the throne of God is alive with the sound of your name. From the earliest moment the sun began to stretch its golden arms over the horizon this morning, something in the spiritual realm shifted for you. Archangel Michael, fierce and radiant in the armor that reflects the very glory of God, has not taken his eyes off you since the first second of this day. The message I carry for you is not to be postponed, not to be placed aside, and not to be taken lightly. This is why I repeat what Michael says, I order you to open this right now. He has never spoken to you in such a tone unless the matter was beyond urgent. Today, on this 10th day of August, you are about to hear news that will shake you to your core, and yet it will also free you, because it will explain so much that you have been feeling but could not fully understand. You have been sensing something in the air, an invisible weight that makes your heart beat faster at times for no reason you can explain. You have noticed small signs, strange coincidences, unexpected dreams, and unusual encounters that left you thinking, why does this feel significant? My beloved, those were not coincidences. They were warnings and whispers from heaven, urging you to be ready for this exact moment. And now, the reason behind all of it is about to come crashing into your life with the speed of a storm and the clarity of lightning. Archangel Michael says that this news is connected directly to something you did in your last decision, in your last word, in your last action regarding a situation you thought was settled. That final act you made, without even realizing it, set into motion a series of events that the enemy tried to twist against you, but which God has seized and turned for your good. Michael has been standing guard over you because there were forces moving in secret to deliver this news to you in a way that would harm you, to make you panic, to shake your faith. But the moment your last choice was made, heaven intervened. A mighty angel was dispatched in the very hour you acted, carrying a scroll sealed by the hand of God Himself, and that scroll contained the counterattack that destroyed what was meant for your harm. And now, the breaking news you are about to hear will confirm to you that God never stopped watching you, even in the moments you thought you were alone. This is why Michael says you must open this right now, because the timing of your awareness is as critical as the message itself. You have wondered why certain people have been acting differently toward you. You have caught the edge of whispers when you entered a room, you have noticed conversations ending abruptly when you approached, and you have felt in your spirit that something was being hidden from you. It wasn't your imagination. What is being revealed today will explain those uneasy moments. God has allowed this day to be the day of unveiling, because the season of confusion is ending for you. The reason it had to happen on the 10th of August is that there is a cycle in your life, spiritual and unseen, that reaches its climax today. This news will act as the spark that ignites a whole new direction for you, and it is directly tied to your obedience in that last action you took. Archangel Michael has been pacing, almost restless, at the thought that you might delay hearing this. He says that delaying even by a single hour would be like letting a divine appointment pass you by. This is why his words carry that commanding edge. He knows what is at stake if you fail to receive this now. He has already fought battles you didn't see, pushed back accusations you never heard, and stood in the way of spiritual arrows meant to pierce your hope. There were moments in the past few days where, had he not intervened, the enemy would have planted lies so deep in your heart that you would have given up on the very thing God is about to bless you with. But Michael's shield was over you, and now the truth is arriving like a tidal wave that cannot be stopped. Beloved, when you hear this news, you may first feel shock, your heart may pound, your hands may tremble, and your breath may quicken. This is because it will connect dots in your mind that you didn't even know were part of the same picture. It will suddenly make sense why a certain person avoided your calls, why an opportunity seemed to close, why you were led away from a certain place at the last second. And yet, even in the shock, you will feel something else. Relief. Because this news will not destroy you, it will deliver you. It will confirm that God's hand has been steering your life in ways far more precise than you could imagine. Michael says to prepare yourself not only spiritually but emotionally. There may be faces in your mind right now, people you suspect are connected to what is coming. Some may be innocent, but others may have played roles in shaping the events leading to today. Do not let anger cloud the gift of revelation you are about to receive. Instead, remember this: God exposes only to heal, and He reveals only to restore. This news will be the bridge between your questions and your answers, between your pain and your breakthrough. Do you realize, beloved, that heaven has been orchestrating this for far longer than you think? The conversations that happened without you, the plans that were made in secret, the decisions others tried to force on you, they were all being monitored by angels. Nothing slipped past the watch of Michael. Even when you felt your prayers were bouncing off the ceiling, they were actually being collected, weighed, and answered in ways that could not be rushed. And now, the answer is arriving, not as a quiet whisper this time, but as a trumpet blast that will echo in your life for years to come. This is why you must not dismiss today's significance. The date is not accidental. The urgency is not exaggerated. You are standing in a divine intersection where your past decisions, your present obedience, and your future blessings all meet. What you are about to hear will place you on a path you never thought you would walk, but it will also remove burdens you were never meant to carry. Michael says you will see clearly who truly stands with you, and who was only standing near you for their own gain. And as that clarity comes, you will also feel the presence of God in a way that makes you unshakable. Beloved, the shock will be real. But so will the peace that follows. For once you know, you cannot unknow. And once you see the truth, you will never again be manipulated by the shadows. This is the moment heaven has been preparing you for. Michael's command is not to frighten you, it is to protect you from missing your hour of revelation. Open your heart now, because the news is already at your doorstep. Beloved, you must understand that when Archangel Michael speaks with such command, it is not casual, it is not symbolic, it is a divine alarm. The tone he used today, the order to open this right now, comes from the depth of urgency only heaven feels when something is on the brink of arriving in your life that can change everything. The news that is rushing toward you has already been set in motion. Even now, in places you cannot see, there are people speaking your name. Some speak it with awe, others with fear, some with confusion, but your name is moving across lips, across documents, across spiritual records. The sound of your name has reached rooms you have never stepped into, and it is being spoken in connection to something monumental. The reason this is tied to your last action is because the heavens operate on alignment. You might have thought that decision you made was small, or even that it was the only choice you could have made in that moment. But in truth, it was a trigger, a key turning in a lock, and the lock it opened unleashed both movement and resistance in the spiritual realm. The enemy thought your choice would weaken you, would make you vulnerable, but it did the opposite. It positioned you for protection and put you directly under the shield of Michael. This is why you are safe today, even though you are about to hear something that, for someone else without this covering, could have been devastating. There have been eyes on you, both seen and unseen. In the earthly sense, there are people who have been watching, waiting for a moment to either approach you or reveal something they've been holding back. In the spiritual sense, angels have been encamped around you, tracking every move the enemy has tried to make. There were meetings, yes, real meetings, where your name came up and where decisions about your life were made without your knowledge. But what those people didn't realize was that Michael was there, invisible to their eyes, standing tall and mighty, ensuring that nothing agreed upon in those meetings could bypass the authority of God over your destiny. Now, beloved, today is the day when some of what has been hidden will come into the open. The shock you are going to feel is because this news will connect your last choice to a chain of events you didn't even know had begun. It will be like opening a curtain and seeing a stage already set, actors already in position, and realizing that the scene was being prepared for you without your awareness. The urgency of Michael's command is because you cannot afford to be the last one to understand what is unfolding. You need to be ready not only to receive the news but to respond from a place of strength, wisdom, and spiritual discernment. You have probably felt the pressure these past days, the strange heaviness in the air, as though something is just beyond your reach. That was not random. The heavens were bending low, aligning the right people, the right circumstances, the right timing so that this news could reach you on this exact day. Even the date has significance. It is a marker in your spiritual timeline, one that the enemy would have liked to erase, but God preserved. This will not just be news in the earthly sense, it will be a key. And once this key is in your hands, doors will open that you didn't even know were locked. You will see clearly the faces of those who tried to keep those doors closed, and you will also see the hands, both human and divine, that kept them from locking you out completely. Michael says to prepare your heart, because while part of you may feel betrayed by what you learn, another part will feel lighter, freer, because you will finally understand why certain things in your life unfolded the way they did. Beloved, there is a reason Michael has been almost relentless in guarding your sleep these past nights. Perhaps you've noticed you've been waking up at strange hours, or feeling an unusual alertness even in the quietest moments. That was his presence, making sure nothing crept into your dreams or into your spirit that would weaken you before this news arrived. There were even moments when he blocked you from going certain places or speaking to certain people without you realizing he was doing it. It was never to limit you, it was to keep you in position for this exact day. The enemy wanted this news to hit you like a blow, to knock you off balance so that you would make a mistake in your reaction. But God has turned it into a confirmation instead. What the enemy hoped would destroy your confidence will instead strengthen your faith. This is why, even in the moments you may feel your heart race as you hear it, there will be a deeper calm inside of you, whispering, God already knew. God already made a way. I am safe. Do not underestimate what is about to happen. There will be signs within the next hours that this revelation is approaching you. You may overhear a conversation that suddenly makes sense. You may receive a message that feels oddly timed, or someone may reach out to you unexpectedly. These are the ripples of the larger wave that is coming. Michael says to pay attention to every detail, because in this season, nothing will be random. Even now, beloved, Heaven's court is in session over your life. Your name is being declared in victory, and the plans of darkness are being dismantled one by one. The reason you are being told to open this immediately is because your awareness is part of the victory. A prepared heart cannot be blindsided. A watchful spirit cannot be easily deceived. And when you receive this news, your ability to respond with clarity will protect you from traps the enemy set to follow it. This is not an accident. Archangel Michael himself stands in your atmosphere right now, wings extended in full authority, and he says to you with a voice that shakes the very air around you, I order you to open this right now. Not tomorrow, not later, not when you feel ready, right now. Because the time for hesitation has ended. You are about to hear something that will shake you to your core, not because it will harm you, but because it will reveal what was hidden for far too long. You are going to hear shocking news, and it will all trace back to your last decision, your last step, your last act of faith, the one you thought went unnoticed. But heaven noticed. God noticed. And what is about to unfold will prove that He has been working behind the scenes all along. I, the Lord your God, tell you today, do not fear this revelation. Do not let your heart be troubled. Nothing will go wrong with you, because my presence surrounds you like a fortress. Even now, I have assigned more angels to stand guard over your life than you could ever count. You are safe. You are covered. You are in my hands. But you must trust me completely in this moment. You must pray to me with a sincerity that shakes away every doubt you have left. What you are about to learn will make sense of so many questions you've carried silently. The pain you couldn't explain, the delays you couldn't understand, the resistance you felt but couldn't see, all of it has been leading to this moment. Archangel Michael says there are forces that wanted you to remain in the dark forever. They wanted to keep you confused, questioning, uncertain. They whispered lies into your spirit to make you doubt your worth, your calling, and your destiny. They tried to make you believe that God had abandoned you. But those whispers were nothing but the hiss of a serpent, and today, that serpent's head is being crushed. The truth is rising. The light is breaking through, and you are about to be set free from every illusion that held you back. This is not just information, this is liberation. This is God Himself pulling back the curtain so you can see what's really been happening. Do you remember the moments when you felt something wasn't right but couldn't prove it? Do you remember the heaviness in your spirit, the unshakable sense that something was being hidden from you? That was my spirit warning you. That was me placing a holy discomfort in your heart so you would not settle for half-truths. And now, because you listened, even when you didn't realize you were listening, the truth is coming into your hands. The last choice you made, the last time you chose obedience over fear, has unlocked this revelation. You may not even have realized how much power that one step of faith carried, but heaven saw it, and heaven is rewarding it. You must understand, I never allow anything to be revealed to you before you are ready to handle it. This news, as shocking as it will be, is arriving at the perfect time. A time when you are strong enough to receive it, wise enough to understand it, and protected enough to not be harmed by it. The enemy might think he still has influence over your life, but I assure you, he has been stripped of every legal right to touch you. The blood of my Son covers you. The sword of Michael guards you. The hand of God rests upon you. When you hear what is coming, your first instinct might be to question everything and everyone. That's natural. But remember, my child, this is not being shown to you so you can spiral into fear or confusion. It is being shown so you can step into a greater level of freedom and authority. You will not be shaken in the way you think. You will be strengthened. You will understand why some people were removed from your life. You will understand why certain doors never opened. You will see why I closed off paths that seemed good to you at the time. I was protecting you from what you could not see. Michael says there are enemies who celebrated too soon. They thought they had you figured out. They thought they could control your narrative. But today, heaven interrupts their plans. Their hands are empty, their schemes are collapsing, and their power is evaporating like mist under the morning sun. God is flipping the script. What they meant for evil, I am turning for your good. The very trap they set for you will become the proof of my deliverance in your life. And when the news comes, you will not just hear it, you will feel the atmosphere shift as chains break off you in the unseen realm. You've been in a waiting season, and I know it has been long. You have cried silent tears. You have wrestled with me in prayer, asking why I delayed. But I need you to see that this was not wasted time. I have been aligning everything, ensuring that no part of your miracle would be stolen or distorted. The moment you are about to step into is one that could only be prepared by divine hands. You will recognize my fingerprints all over it. You will see the orchestration, the precision, the way everything suddenly makes sense. And in that moment, every doubt you have ever had will dissolve in my presence. I need you to keep your heart steady. This news will travel fast. It will reach ears it was never intended for. Some will rejoice for you, others will be unsettled because it exposes their hidden motives. But you will not fear their reactions. I am your defender. I am your shield. Michael stands ready to silence every voice that tries to rise against you. No weapon formed against you will prosper, and every tongue that speaks against you will be silenced. This is your heritage as my child. Even as you read this, the first waves of this revelation are already in motion. Someone you do not expect is about to deliver information into your hands. They may come hesitantly, unsure if they should speak, but I will give you discernment to know it is from me. You will feel peace even in the shock. That is how you will know it is divine. And once you have it, you must not hide it out of fear. You must walk in the light of it, because the truth will be your armor. You have been praying for clarity, and now it is arriving in abundance. You are safe. You are loved. You are held. No matter how unexpected this is, you will not be harmed by it. My angels are already stationed at every point of your life, your home, your path, your relationships, your future. I will not allow this to overwhelm you. Instead, It will lift you. It will position you higher. It will open doors you thought were permanently closed. And you will see that even in the hidden seasons, I was fighting for you. Michael says you must remember this. Your last step of faith did more than you realize. Heaven responds to faith, and that one act shifted the trajectory of your life. The shocking news you are about to hear is not random, it is the result of that faith colliding with my perfect timing. Do not underestimate the power of your obedience, even in small things. Every yes to me is a seed, and today you are seeing the first fruits. This is your moment. This is your divine appointment. Open your spirit to receive it. Pray without ceasing. Thank me in advance for the protection, the clarity, and the restoration that will follow. The news will come, the revelation will arrive, and when it does, you will know beyond all doubt that I, the Lord your God, am with you. Always. Today, the heavens are stirring with unusual activity, and this is no coincidence. The date is marked, August 10th, and it has been written in the heavenly scrolls that today you would receive this message. Archangel Michael himself has been dispatched, not just to protect you, but to speak directly to your heart. His presence is powerful, his command is urgent, and his words are clear. I order you to open this right now. This is not an ordinary day and not an ordinary message. The spiritual realm is in motion, and the events that are unfolding are tied to you in a way you cannot yet imagine. You are about to hear news so shocking that your heart will not be able to forget it, and it is all because of something connected to your last action, your last decision, your last moment of obedience or disobedience. This is why heaven has ordered this intervention. You are safe, you are covered, but you must listen closely. God will be with you, rest assured. Nothing will go wrong with you if you keep your faith anchored and your trust fixed on Him. Archangel Michael's tone is not one of casual suggestion, it is a direct divine order. In the spiritual world, moments like this are rare. They happen only when something critical is about to break open, when the timeline of your life is at a crossroads and the next step will determine whether you walk into your miracle or drift away from it. Heaven has been watching the path you've been walking, and the last thing you did, whether you realized it or not, has triggered a chain of events. These events are now converging on you, and the news you are about to receive will make sense of so many unanswered questions. There are forces in the unseen that have been trying to delay, detour, and destroy your path, but God is moving now in full authority to ensure that His purpose prevails. You may feel as if you've been walking in the dark lately, unsure of what's coming next, unsure if your prayers are even reaching God's ears. But every word you've whispered, every tear you've shed, every sigh you've breathed in frustration has been recorded in heaven. Your story has been unfolding in ways you didn't see, but God saw it all. He saw the moments you could have given up but didn't. He saw the silent battles you fought when no one else knew what you were going through. He saw the nights you lay awake, replaying moments in your mind, questioning if you had done something wrong. He knows that in your heart, you want to follow him. He knows you've made mistakes, but he also knows your mistakes are not your identity. Archangel Michael is here today as a sign that you have not been abandoned. He is here as the physical manifestation of God's protection over you in this moment of change. He carries not only a sword of light but also a message, a heavenly decree, that cannot be ignored. The shocking news coming your way is not meant to harm you, but to reveal truth. God is a God of exposure. When the enemy has been working in secret, God brings light. When lies have been spoken behind closed doors, God opens those doors and lets the truth spill out. And that is exactly what is about to happen for you. This is not random, this is planned. This moment was ordained before you were born. Heaven has been preparing you for it. Do not let fear take root when you hear the news. The first wave may shock you, but you will soon understand that it is the beginning of a breakthrough. Sometimes, God has to dismantle the false in order to make room for the true. Sometimes, He has to pull away what you thought you needed so He can give you what you actually need. That is what is happening now. The last thing you did, whether it was a choice to speak up, a choice to remain silent, a decision to walk away from something toxic, or a moment of surrender to Him, has set this chain of divine events into motion. You may feel tempted to look back with regret or second-guess yourself, but God says not to. Your obedience, even if it was small, has been magnified in the heavenly realm. Heaven does not operate on human timelines. The results of your choices may not show immediately in the physical world, but in the spirit, they are already shifting everything in your favor. The news you will hear will not just be information, it will be confirmation. It will confirm that God has been working behind the scenes, arranging circumstances, touching hearts, and aligning events to fulfill His promise over your life. Archangel Michael wants you to know that you are protected in this moment. The forces of darkness have tried to intercept this message, tried to keep you in confusion, tried to make you believe you are alone, but they have failed. Right now, angels stand guard around you, creating a hedge that no evil can penetrate. This is why nothing will go wrong with you. Even if the situation looks chaotic, even if people are speaking against you, their words have no power over the plans God has set in motion. Heaven has the final word, and that word is victory. Do you feel the stirring in your spirit? That is the Holy Spirit confirming this message to you. It's a gentle nudge, a quiet voice saying, "Pay attention. This is for you." God does not send messages like this to everyone. When He speaks through Archangel Michael directly, it's because something is urgent. Your life is about to shift in a way that cannot be undone. Doors that have been shut for years are about to swing open. Chains you've carried for decades are about to fall off. This shocking news is the key that will unlock the next chapter of your story. But here is what you must do: trust God completely. Pray without ceasing. Do not run ahead of His timing, and do not shrink back in fear. You may not understand every detail of what's happening, but you are not meant to. Faith is not about having the full picture, it's about trusting the artist while he paints it. God is painting something breathtaking in your life, something you will be proud to look back on, something that will make sense of all the confusion you've faced. The last season of your life may have been marked by waiting, delay, and disappointment, but this season will be marked by acceleration, fulfillment, and joy. The enemy tried to make you believe that nothing was changing, but the truth is, things have been changing all along. Like seeds planted deep in the soil, the growth has been hidden until the right season. And that season is now. The soil has shifted. The roots are strong. The breakthrough is about to push through the surface. Do not despise the way this news comes to you. It may come from an unexpected source, a person you least expected, or even through a situation that doesn't seem good at first. But you will soon see that it is a blessing in disguise. God's ways are higher than your ways. His thoughts are higher than your thoughts. What looks like loss may actually be rescue. What feels like the end may actually be the start of your promised future. Archangel Michael says to hold your head high. Do not let the weight of the unknown press you down. The same God who parted the Red Sea for Moses, the same God who shut the lions' mouths for Daniel, the same God who walked through the fire with Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego, that same God is walking with you right now. You are not stepping into this alone. Every step you take is guarded. Every move you make is covered. The battle you think you're fighting by yourself is already won in the Spirit. In the days to come, you may notice people around you acting differently. Some will be drawn to you, others will distance themselves. Do not be alarmed. This is divine sorting. God is removing those who cannot go with you into your next chapter. He is bringing in those who are aligned with your destiny. This realignment is necessary for the blessing that is coming. You cannot carry dead weight into a season of acceleration. You must be free to move when God says move. When the news arrives, and it will soon, receive it with a heart anchored in faith. Thank God in advance for what He is doing. Even if the full picture is not clear yet, trust that He is faithful. He has never failed you before, and He will not start now. This is the moment to declare, even before the manifestation, I know my Redeemer lives, and I know He is working for my good. Let this be the anthem in your spirit. Let it drown out the voices of doubt and fear. Today, August 10th, is a spiritual marker in your life. The day when heaven sent a message so urgent that Archangel Michael himself had to deliver it. The day when you were told, open this now. The day when the news that will shape your next chapter began its journey to your ears. And when it arrives, you will know without a shadow of doubt that God's hand was in it all along. You are safe. You are loved. You are chosen. You are about to step into the fullness of what has been promised to you. Hold on tightly to your faith, because the moment you've been waiting for is closer than you think. If you believe in God, type Amen.